This series is younger brother approved with a couple of content warnings. One, I only played the game as Beck, so I don't know if there's any sort of differences depending on which character you pick. Two, the story for this game is complete nonsense. It looks like they just kind of played Mad Libs with a bunch of words, so I'm just cutting it out entirely because it's only 2 paragraphs long and it's only at the very start when you create the file anyway, so it's pretty easy for me to cut. But if you actually were to play the game, I don't know how much subtext you want to read into 2 paragraphs of Mad Libs, just we threw random words on the wall and saw what stuck. But, there's definitely some potential to read subtext into it. And a couple of the bosses of this game are, super unfair, and I get pretty frustrated with them. I don't think I said anything that would be inappropriate, but, I might have forgot. So, those are the content warnings. Alright, here we go. Try it again. I feel like maybe I'm supposed to abuse this charge attack. The trick is learning when it's safe to use it. Because it sure ain't most of the time. Alright, so we're gonna have to run through the levels again and try. Alright, here we go. Try again. I definitely feel like the charge attack is the way to go. Problem is figuring out exactly what my distance is on my charge attack so I don't stop right in front of him, and figure out which attacks are possible to counter with it. Because this guy will not stop attacking. Not even a 1/10 of a second after attack. just nonsense. Absolute nonsense. You get behind on your frames and you're dead. Because you need to not get hit in order to build up a charge. Okay, so that's definitely the way to beat him. If you can stay ahead on your frame advantage, so you can actually have time to charge up your attack before you get hit again, you can definitely do a lot of damage that way, and some of the attacks you can trade with him and you'll win. Particularly his slide on the ground and his tornado on the ground are vulnerable to getting charge attacked. As long as you don't accidentally hit him afterward, like don't touch him afterwards you hit him, because you can still end up taking damage that way. With the initial impact of you hitting him with the dash, you ignore the contact damage for that, so you can win the trade, and that is huge. So I think probably just a couple more times to get a little bit better at staying ahead of him frame advantage was, and we'll be able to beat this boss. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can stay ahead of him frame-wise. Oh, we were so close. This is definitely the way to beat this boss. Takes a little bit of luck, though, I think. Because there's some stuff you can do that there's not an answer for. Particularly when it gets you in like the combo chain, and you're just like, you gotta need all of it. You can't get out. Ah! Freaking ridiculous. You can't get away from this guy if he starts hitting you. Oh, we were really close that time, but didn't quite make it. So now we're gonna have to go back through the level again. Unfortunately, this level doesn't have a good spot to grind for
extra guys. So we might have to run this a lot of times to actually beat this guy. But at least we know how to beat him now. In theory, if I was good enough at the game, and maybe a little bit psychic, so that I could predict what he's going to do, I could, in theory, beat him. So we're just gonna have to try again. Okay, here we go.
Get our initial frame advantage by charging up before we go in. Ugh.
I hate that jump kick. I hate that jump kick so much. If it was a fixed angled attack so I could dodge it, that would be fine. But the fact that it aims at me and it has a huge hitbox is crap. No. Okay. Here we go. One last try. No. Nonsense. I hate this boss. I feel like this is a boss that they designed at a slower speed, tested at a slower speed, felt that it was too easy, and cranked up the difficulty by making him faster. That's what this boss is. That's what this boss is. There's no way their beta testers played it at that speed. Or maybe they did, and they were just like so good at beating him because they freaking fought him so many times during beta testing, getting him just right, that they never considered that people have to actually learn to be good at him. He's so unforgiving. It's not humanly possible to react to his attacks. You have to just know what he's gonna do and dodge it, and if you can't, then you're just gonna get hit into a combo chain that goes on forever and you're gonna die. It's ridiculous. Alright, here we go again. We just gotta maintain our frame advantage and not get screwed over by the jump kick, and we can do this. Jump screwing over going on there. Okay. Here we go again. I hate that jump kick. It's so unfair. We got screwed that run. Here we go. Last try before we have to rerun the stage again. Yeah, we did it! Oh man, thank God. I did not want to have to rerun that stage again. Oh boy. Alright, so that boss is not fair and not fun, but technically beatable if you abuse the dash and take advantage of the frame advantage it gives you on the bounce back off of hitting him to regain your distance after his attack ends. So that, because what you basically want to do is you want to have him come at you with his attack, and then you want to hit him with your dash, and when you hit him with the dash, it'll bounce you back a character's length, so that hopefully you will be able to avoid getting immediately counterattacked, because he doesn't stop attacking. If you use your gun, he moves faster than you do, so you don't have the ability to actually outwalk him while you're shooting. Even if you're not shooting at him, you just can't outwalk this guy. And you can't even outdash him. He moves faster than your dash. So the only way you can actually move faster than he does is that brief moment where you bounce off of him when you use your dash attack. So what you basically want to do is you want to hit him with that so you bounce away from him so he doesn't get to immediately counterattack you. Which is why it's so bad if you fall behind in frame advantage, because once he hits you, it makes you lose your charge, so you can't use your dash attack, which means you can't bounce to safety away from him anymore, and he'll just combo chain you unless his AI makes a mistake, because he's not very smart, so sometimes you can escape. But if you're not lucky enough for his AI to make a mistake, you're just going to get combo chained until you die, because there's no way to escape him. You can't move fast enough to get away from him, which is absurd. It is absurd that there's a boss that is just completely faster than you in every way, has a much stronger... His pursuit game is so strong that you don't have any options to counter it other than the dash attack. And the dash attack instantly gets robbed of you if you mess up and get hit. This includes being too slow to activate it, so you accidentally get hit before it has time to activate. Even if you were gonna use it, if you accidentally walk into him, it's too late to use it. Any form of damage at all screws you over completely in that fight. It's kind of crazy. You're basically trying to get really long streaks of perfect execution, because you might get to make a mistake once or twice in a round. If you messed up 3 or 4 times, you'd almost certainly die due to a combo chain. Like, it's not forgiving at all. You have to be basically flawless in execution. And he doesn't have to freaking stop at all. He goes from one attack to another attack to another attack, and they're not reactable. They come out so fast that there isn't enough time for you to see what he's doing and then react. The amount of time it takes for your brain to process what he's doing is longer than the amount of time it takes for him to do it. So you can't dodge his attacks, per se. You just have to avoid getting hit somehow. The only way I was able to figure out is by just continuously maintaining the frame advantage. If you have the frame advantage, it's possible to beat him, except for if he uses a jump kick when he's really far away from you, because it homes in on you. So if you're like on one corner of the stage and he's on the other corner of the stage and he just jumps up and then he's going all the way across the stage, you are screwed. Because you can't go under him because he's too low to the ground, and you can't go over him because he's too high in the air, and his hitbox is massive, and you're just gonna eat that one. So you want to try to avoid getting too far away from him. You want to maintain like a medium distance, and it's really hard. It's a really hard boss, but it's easier than the Biolabs boss, so I'm okay with it. I mean, personally, if he was like 30% slower, I think he'd be a fun boss. I think it's cool to have a boss that the whole point is to use the dash attack, because the dash attack is like way underutilized in this game because it sucks. Most of the time, you dash an enemy, bounce off them, and get hit. This is like the one time in the game where you actually want to utilize the dash attack because the bounce takes you to safety instead of putting you in danger. And that's huge. I think that's really cool for boss design, but he's too fast. I can't react to what he's doing. I don't have enough time to charge up a dash attack between his attacks. So if I get hit, I get into like this freaking perfect combo hit that's like, is he gonna drop his combo or am I gonna die? I don't know. We'll find out. That's kind of nuts. But yeah, that was the highway boss. And next time we will tackle the gym because it's the last stage.